Her first name was Chale. That means life. That is the name that has been inscribed on her matzeret. That means that this is perpetual even after the life in this earth till transformation. I hope it will be very soon.
I hear she was a wonderful, wonderful woman, your wife. Thank you, sir.
My opinion is underestimated.
That's underestimated.
But many God Almighty knows all the truth, and especially everyone who tries his best to emulate, to feel her wish. בדרינו זה, ובפרט הזינו וסום זכי גרן, הכמה וכמה מבני ישראל נקרויס על שמון, und sie beweisen ein lebendigen Beispiel mit lebendigen Nischomes und lebendigen Gufen, und kein Hefzig. Weil diese werden nicht schanisch in ihrer Ruhe und lehnt ihre Anweisungen und lehnt ihre Beispiele. Wie es steht in Kisve Harizal, als er sehr wie sie gewähren beschaß, Yitzias Mitzrayim, demol bis Chus Noshim Tzitkonische Brisa Hadeim,
Meetings.
And she always gave an appointment something like 2 weeks later. It was never tomorrow or the next day. And I never understood why. Why couldn't she take us right away? Only later did I realize why. When we walked in, it was my husband and I and the bride and groom. The brides were my daughters. They had been in the Rebetzin's house a lot. They used to bring shalach manas. They brought the Rebbetzin a cake that my mother baked her for her birthday. Different times they were there. But the boys were boys from yeshiva that would be very nervous to walk into Rebbe's house. We came in, and she told us to sit. And she would right away turn to the groom and speak to him. And he was nervous and shaking. And then she said, oh, I understand that your grandfather came from Russia or this, whatever it is she found out. She did research. And she would engage him in a conversation until he was so comfortable. And when she saw that he was comfortable and talking to her, then she turned to us, and then she talked about the wedding or whatever it was.
אחר כמה שנים נולדה לנו בת עם תסמונת דאון, הבת הרביעית, שזה היה כמובן מאוד קשה לנו, והרבנית אפילו התקשרה ועודדה, וכאן היה לי מאוד מעניין לראות, מאוד מעודד לראות שכל האנשים התעניינו בילדה, וכמובן היו רופאים, כי היא נולדה גם עם בעיות לב, אבל היא לא שאלה אפילו על הילדה, היא תמיד שאלה איך אני מרגיש. פשוט נתנה לי את המסר שגם אני חשובה. וזה מאוד עודד אותי.
We seemed very interested in what we were saying, in our lives, in what we were doing, where we were up to in school, what we were learning. And
this was so typical of her that when our son Mechel went, he was 6 years old, my husband took him. It was Hanukkah time. The Rebbetzin knew that this little boy was coming. She had ensured that there was something for him to play with. She had got a dreidel, one of those dreidels filled with little candy balls. She didn't just give it to him, she played with him. And when he left, gave him $50, which he still has to this day. But the point was that she had thought that this little child is coming, I need to entertain him, or I don't want him to get bored, and she'd arranged for something to do.
God bless you, Rabbi Schneerson. Yes. Remember, I used to work for Mr. Schneerson. Just God bless you, really good.
Yeah,
remember
God
me, Faye?
Bless you.
Faye.
Have healthy years and happy years.
Thanks a lot, and God bless you real good.
Yeah, that's it.
You want to give me enough?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, special thanks for your services.
Thank you very much. I just miss Miss Schneerson so much. She was such a friend.
Yeah.
I miss her so much. May God bless you. You're such a sweet man.
God bless you. I have always good news to report.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mrs. Gorlin Lassner's parents and grandparents knew the Rebbe and Rebbetzin from Europe.
On this occasion, she accompanied her parents to visit the Rebbetzin.
When we came to their house, the women went in first. My mother, myself. And the men were in the car. They weren't sure. She right away said, "What do you mean they're sitting in the car? Borya?" I mean, my father was Boris, and in Russian, he was Borya Zinovich is sitting in the car. He must come in, and your husband must come in. And we came in, and we had tea and cake, and I don't know, it was very special for me because she spoke to my father in Russian, and my father's look was as though he was transported to a world where he looked so young, so excited, and the two of them speaking with great animation. And then she talked to me, she would address my husband, she would ask what we did in South America, and what was very special, I felt, as we were, and it took quite a while, it was quite a long visit, and we sat there, and in fact, you know, you were very conscious, should we get up, do we leave now, and you almost had a feeling, no, please stay, let's talk, tell me what you're doing, tell me about your children, tell me about everything that's gone on, with great interest, and also with not only just saying, isn't that nice, isn't that sweet, but a discussion right to the point, and do you do this? In other words, the conversation had really a flow to it. And then something that she said, which was wonderful, was, you know, my husband comes home very late. You know, he sometimes comes home 2, 3 in the morning. And when he comes home, I am going to have so much to say to him about this special visit. I don't know, because you cannot not be conscious of the position of the Rebbe and the importance, but it just brought it to such intimacy and to such strength, and we walked away elated as though we had visited with good friends with a woman that I had really not known, and that and it was something very special, and unfortunately shortly thereafter she passed away. But I would like to tell one story that I had asked her. We were speaking about activities and what do you do, and do you go shopping? I mean, I didn't know what to ask because I was fascinated also. It was a look into a way of life. And she said, you know, as much as I would like to, I don't very often frequent the stores or go shopping because I don't want people to make a fuss over me. And I know that when I go to places, in a way, it's embarrassing because they all feel that they have to give me special covet, and that is really something that I don't want. And it puts such a human aspect to you could almost feel for her, you know, as much as you admired and you thought this is a wonderful world. In a way, I could admire the, you know, and sense the difficulty that she must have had.